Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager, and it is week 20 of competition. I've moved forward about 6 weeks from where we were at in the last episode, and there's a couple things of note, but I'm going to go ahead and get this race started before I go over what's happened over the last 6 weeks. So we have a 5-stage race, opening with 2 sprint stages, a bit of a prologue time trial. I wouldn't call that a full time trial when it's under 7K. Stage 4 is a hilly stage, but you can see it's not that hilly, though it does finish on an incline. And then stage 5, short little punchy hills rolling throughout the back half of the stage. Also considered a hilly stage, but both of them are not that hilly. So let's go ahead and get the race going. The overall top team member is in this race. There's a really good chance that I will not be given the reign as the team leader in this one. Okay, so now, the last 6 weeks from where I'm at, I've actually only had 4 races in that time. In fact, it's been about 2.5, almost 3 weeks since the last time I even participated in a race. So there's one thing. And then the 4 races that did occur, they were all classics. And if you know anything about cycling, if you follow cycling, you would be well aware of what it means to be on a Belgian team, or a Dutch team for that matter. Regionally, they are famed. Ooh, co-leader! Oh, co-leader. Cool. Okay, they're looking for a top 15 in the overall. That was actually unexpected. And I actually have one of the better riders set to keep me shielded. I'm a +2 on the day. Look at that. It doesn't matter today, though. It's a little sprint stage. Because of a little sprint stage, let's speed things along and get towards the end of it. So, if you know anything, Belgian teams, Dutch teams, what the region is renowned for when it comes to bike racing, it's cobbled sections. Lots and lots of cobbled sections. So, all 4 races, each and every one of them, were what this team is known for. We had 3 guys competing for each of them. So, it was classics, long, lengthy, 200K plus classics with cobbled sections, multiple cobbled sections. And if you take a look, COB... Let's see, COB right down here, COB 58. I'm not good at cobbles at all. It's not one of my strengths. It's not why I came to this team, but it's what it needs to be on this team. So with poor attributes when it comes to cobbles, I spent each of those 4 races as a teammate, and I went out early, led the peloton throughout this whole time where we would have been now speeding through. And I was out on my own, pulling things along, making my boss happy. And at the same time, earning attribute points to eventually level up. I've still got a long ways to go to level up. Playing the role of teammate doesn't earn you that many points. That's kind of what I was worried about with suddenly being on a World Tour team. That I just wasn't good enough for this level yet, and it was going to stunt my growth a little bit. You go out and you win races, you pick up lots of points. Now, I can go dominate Continental, but that's not going to be good for the long term. I needed to be Pro Continental, and I've been doing Pro Continental style races. I'm not racing the actual World Tour races, but I'm doing it with all those World Tour teams, which means I'm a little bit out of my league, and it's showing a bit. Okay, now I've noticed the pace has altered a little bit here, so let's step it up. Need to make sure I'm still near the front. Towards the end, there's not going to be much to this. It is clearly a sprint stage. Nasser Bouani is seen as a favorite on the day.
The pack is slowly whittling away the lead. The pack is increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
All right, so we're getting down towards the end. Breakaway is just 4 riders. It's inside 2 minutes, but it's still almost 2 minutes. They might not get caught this close to the end. It's only 20K to go. Down to a minute and a half. Just inside a minute and a half. Minute 20. I don't think they're going to get caught. There's the 4 guys. No names that I know in there. That's all smaller team guys. And they're back up over 2 minutes. We're not going to catch them. Oh, so disappointing for all the sprinters who are going to be fighting for 5th place instead of anything. And, you know, the hilly stages aren't that hilly. Could these 4 be stealing the whole race on stage 1 from the breakaway? They're certainly going to win this thing. Minute 40 ahead with just 2K to go for them. 3K to go for the rest of us.
It's going to be very fast. Looks like a few riders at the back are beginning to stall. Fabulous! He got the better of his breakaway.
There you go. The 4 of them won it. Still over a minute on the peloton. So breakaway hangs on for the surprise win today. Okay. And that's stage number 1. So breakaway gets the win. So no major teams, but they've got a minute 6 over the field. Bad. Ooh. Well, yeah, I'm in a lengthy tie for 5th, so shouldn't affect things too much. Another sprint stage coming up here, 2nd. The field's really going to start to split itself up here on stage number 3, but not that much. 6.9K is all we have got for the for that time trial. That is barely over a prologue. Prologues are generally considered anything under 5K. I'd really extend that to anything under 10K, really. To me, time trials are like 15 plus K, 15, 25K. That's a good time trial. So this won't split up the field more than, 20, 30 seconds. Which means with over a minute lead, those 4 are probably going to be able to hang on, or at least you'd figure 2 or 3 of them are going to hang on, especially when they're in the top 4. They're going to race hard.
Hello to one and all. The profile of this
so am I still going to be seen as co-leader?
Fast pace from the peloton.
Yes, okay, still seen as co-leader. -2 for the race day condition today. That's not good. The stamina, the resistance, the fighting are what's going to hurt. What's going to suffer for me. All -2s on those. Get to the front of the field where I like to be. There we go. And we're going to just hang out in the field. push right towards the end. This is a very, very flat stage. There's a Category 4 climb, but I don't even see a climb in there. And there's not even a sprint point on today's stage, which is pretty strange. But we're going to move through this one pretty quickly here. Shouldn't be much action. 4 riders off the front once again. And one of them is Giardini from my team. So it'd be nice if those 4 riders stay away, so at least we'll have somebody in the top 8. But of course I would lose my team leader, co-leader role if that were to occur. Okay, we're back within a minute and a half. Looks like they're convinced of not letting them get away today like they did yesterday. Just over a minute lead now. Inside a minute, but down to 16K. So we are having a little difficulty managing these groups. But you can see Cofidis is very much after them. And if memory serves me correctly, those guys are serving Buoni. As he's on Team Cofidis, so that would make perfect sense as to why they've got, what, 6-7 guys riding their butts off, 6 guys riding their butts off to catch them. They are still over 40 seconds away here with less than 7K to go.
Only 5 kilometers left.
Now 5, and there's still 36 seconds.
Anyone that's low on gas definitely won't be able to keep up.
And my teammate is the one who tried to attack there, but you can clearly see he didn't get away. 2.6K. They are still 28 seconds away. They might cross the line first. We are inside 1K. Okay, I'm on the sprint now. And they hang on. Breakaway wins 2 days in a row, this time just by about 20 seconds. My teammate, though, only manages a 3rd place finish. But still, yet again, the field underestimates the breakaway. In 2 straight days, breakaway steals the race.
It's a bit of a knock for the morale.
So Giardini drops into 7th. 8 riders ahead of the rest of the field. A minute 22 is the main time back to everyone else. I moved up to 31st on the count back that time, finishing quite a bit higher. But this is the stage where things are going to start to split up. But a minute and a half, I don't think a minute and a half is going to get made up on this short 6.9K. Let's just call it a prologue. I can't call it a time trial. I can't do it, sorry. On this short, flat prologue. I'm seeing outside of the top 10, but I did manage 7th last time. But that also came with a little bit of a climb, which played into my favor. So I think I might be lucky to finish top 15 today. Fredo is a 73 prologue, so I'm actually similar to him. I might be able to crack the top 10. Looks like we're going to be along the river. And my objective is top 15, top 20 on the stage. Wow, I'm first to go for my team. Count back wise, I'm last on my team. Let's take a look at the conditions real quick. So it looks like we are out and back in, so along the river and then coming back, and we're going to have wind at the back just for the last stretch. That'll be probably the last 3Ks? No, not even. Maybe 2.5K with the wind at the back. But it's not much of a wind, so it's not going to have much of an impact. I don't think there's going to be much to gain on this at all. I mean, we're talking less than 10 seconds from 1st to 20th. It's 9 minutes. And at most, we're talking about, mere seconds difference between the riders. 10, 15, 20 seconds is about all you're going to gain over other riders. All right, so here we go. Okay, 73 looks like it's just enough to conserve a little bit of energy. To be able to go harder on the way back. Okay. Step it up a little bit there. I don't want to conserve too much. Alright, here comes the turn. This will be wind at my back from here. Ooh, nope. One more turn. Now it's wind at my back. Just 2K to go to the finish. So this is where I'm going to race hard. Push it, try to pick up some time. Race all out to the end. 12 seconds off the pace, 17th. So I'm not even going to crack the top 20. There we go. I'm ahead of Sylvain Chavanel, but not a good day. Alex Dowsett in 3rd. Down to 20th. And I'm outside of the top 20. Jesus Harada right now is 9th. Dan McClay is 7th. Dowsett 5th. Brian Cockard is 3rd. Looks like I didn't miss top 20 by much. My team's nowhere near the top 10 though. There we go. So yeah, no change. Those guys from that breakaway are right there at the top now. Giordani drops to 10th. So he does slip a couple spots, but those breakaway guys have the real advantage now. Alright, so Fredo got 15th. I got 24th. So that shouldn't be seen as too bad. They were hoping for a top 20. Just 13 seconds off. And in the general, where's that going to put me? Fredo is 18th. I'm 30th. Minute 12 back. Okay, so let's see. I'm 30th now, so that's seen as bad. 24th, that was poor. So I only pick up 1% and 4 points. That's the thing. That's going to be the struggle for me this year. I'm still the same level that I started in January, and it's already April. Alright, this is going to split the field up some, especially with a bit of a climb at the end. This is my chance to climb up the standings, but from what I've seen so far, racing amongst these guys, is I'm kind of running out of stamina before the end. So I've only been kind of grabbing top 40-ish kind of finishes. So really, until I can level up and boost my stamina a little, I might be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, all the action's going to be on the back half of this race, so at least I've got that going for me. We'll see if I'm still seen as a co-leader, as I'm, a dozen places behind my teammate, even though there's only a matter of seconds between us. Just a few, I believe. Wow, look at that. I got 3 teammates favored in the top 10, all above me. And those are all the guys that those 4 races, they were pretty much the ones that I was behind and supporting as a teammate through that section. So here they are again. They're not just cobble specialists.
Fairly hilly, so there should be plenty of action.
Yep, I've been dropped to teammate. So my initial objective is not going to stand anymore. Now I'm supposed to work at the head of the group for 30K, and we're down to just Alfredo now. He wants me to stay tucked in, but if I'm going to get credit, I want credit early, go straight to the front, and then tuck in and hopefully still get a decent finish at the end.
He's launching an attack. There's not much hope in it succeeding, but at least his family gets to see him on TV. There's a breakaway.
Boss wants me to work, so I'm gonna... Yeah, there you go. Go work at the front. Alright. I am on the front alone, but I've noticed 64, 65 is enough to stay out front and not hurt myself at all. Okay, there's 15K. And there's 23K. Okay, job done. And the rain has set in. That could turn this into a bit of a tricky race. And back off a little bit. I don't need to be working on the front any longer. See, just at 63, I'm now sharing the workload. Alright, this race is about to start getting real. Here's the first climb of the day, and it gets punchy from here on out with a lot of rolling hills. This is where I'd like to still be in this thing. I don't really want to... I've done my job, though. They're going to be happy. Okay. You just told me 3 different things. You told me good job. You told me, give it all to... 5 messages. All of them are 6 messages. All but one of them was get the job done. I don't really want to get the job done. I got the job done already. I actually do want to see what I can do in the finish. I'm wanting to be a little selfish here. I went out and did my job at the start. I got my 30K. I'm a +1 on the day. +2 hills. I mean, I'm finally ready for something. But you want me to do more. Which I haven't been on the front at all here, so I'm failing as a teammate right now. But on the day, I did what I was asked to do, so my boss actually will be happy. Yeah, see, every couple K he keeps asking me to go out front, turn it on, and I'm not doing it. I'm bad. There's the climb at the finish. That's not bad. Okay, so now I went to the front for a bit. So are you happy? I'm dropping back. Alright, looks like we have a few climbs left to go. There's that climb to the finish. That's what the finish looks like. Now let's see if I can hang on to the end. 4 riders still away, but only 10 seconds, so they're about to be caught. 70 riders now in the peloton, and it is shrinking all the time. Here we go again on the climb. Next to last time, though there's a little climb in between. And, oh, there goes my stamina. Oh, boy. I didn't expect that. Okay, I'm in a group of 35, so if I can recover at all, I should have at least a top 35 finish, but it looks like I'm definitely not going to be contending for a top 10. Coming up on that final climb now, 4.5K to go, and I am wasted. I'm out of energy. I might be at the front, but I'm going to slip right on back here in a moment as we begin the final climb in earnest. 3K to go. I'm going to turn that effort up and just push to the front, and bye-bye group. Here we go. Jesus Harada caught card second. Omar Frail fourth. Alfredo, my teammate, gets fifth. Maurice 10th. Buwani. Buwani can't climb. That's a bit shocking for that Buwani would be ahead of me. That's sad. What did I end up getting? 35th. I was ahead of a couple of those guys, but I guess not. 35th it is. So even trying to see what I'm capable of, well, there you go. That's what I'm capable of right now. I'm just not up to that World Tour level yet. I need to improve, and it's going to be hard to improve anyway other than working as a teammate. I'm not going to be earning any points for a while. Alright, first group, 15 guys come across together, and then it starts getting split up from there. I get the same time as 34th, 35th, and that's probably going to be right about where I am. Let's see here. 34th. So I'm 34th overall, which isn't terrible, but definitely not good. It's bad. For what was hoped for. That, though, was exceptional. That is very good, and that's where I get my points. That's where I get that manager satisfaction, climbing back up. I had gotten it to 90 before not racing for almost 3 weeks, all working as a teammate. Alright, so we've got one stage left in this race. Clearly I'm not in contention for much. I'm now halfway through level 13, so that's what I really need. Is I need to hit level 14 to see what kind of boost it gives me and whether I can be a little more competitive. So if they think Buwani could actually get to the end here, that's shocking. 72 on hills, I don't know about that. Mountain, definitely 62. I see that. I think I have a 72 on climbing, don't I? This one's a lot more punchy and throughout, so I can see this being a stage that's going to leave quite a few riders behind. But it's short enough that it really depends on the pace. It's only 166K. None of the climbs are very long. If it's an intense pace from about the middle of the race on, I can see a small group finishing 20 or 30 riders together at the end. If they don't turn it up until about here, then I think I could maybe hang with them. Maybe. But I definitely don't have the stamina I'm still 7th in the young rider standings, so that's good. I am up there. I'm just not up there. Not up there where I need to be, anyway.
Hello to one and all. The profile of the route is a fairly mixed bag, so everybody should find a section to their pleasing.
Teammate, as expected. Head of the group, 25k. I don't want to save my strength now. I want to use it up. Get to the front now. Do my 25k. And then, kind of like the last race, see where I'm at. Okay, 4 riders off the front. There we go. And I'm leading the way, even though I'm supposed to stay in the peloton. Oh, I'm not following orders very well at the moment. But those last couple races of following orders, when they asked me to do something, well, the timing was all wrong and I wasn't gaining points. So I want to make sure I get my points. Make the manager happy. And then I'll worry about my teammate. Okay, it should be close now. There it is, 100%. Okay, you want me to stay in the peloton? Okay, I'll do that. Now I'll follow orders. Alright, not much happening at the moment. Here's all those little punchy climbs, small roads. This is very much a small town country race here with lots of little up and down rolling hills. You can see clearly here. Still getting the stay in the peloton orders, which is good for my potential survival in this race. I've done my job at the front, but now I've got to try to see if I can't follow a little better my role given to me by my team leader, Alfredo, this time. 4 riders off the front just inside of 3 minutes, and the field is starting to split up already, at least a little bit. So this was as anticipated. The pace was definitely turned up at about that midpoint, and then all this up, down, up, down, up, down at pace. Even though none of it's severe, those little punchy climbs, you get 1 or 2 guys tired and all of a sudden there's a split in the group. I can relax for a while, huh? I don't even know why I'm relaxing now. Unless you're telling me, hey, I know you. Where did I go? There we are. Alright, so the group together, apart. Short enough climbs that most seem to be getting back on, but yes, we are slipping down. Some riders are definitely gone, possibly for good. Now that split could be huge if there's just 40 riders from here on out. There seems to be a minute now and growing. I don't think those guys are coming back. I think we are down to 39 riders here with 16k to go.
Another attack in the leading group. There are just 15 kilometers left.
And meanwhile, I've been able to hang at 84 effort and only be somewhat fatigued.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gaps.
Alfredo wants me on him. This is where I'm going to start to burn energy. This is where I'm going to come into some trouble and maybe not finish with the group. Just 10k to go though, so I might hang. Depends on what Alfredo kind of forces me into here, effort-wise. If he decides to attack on the hill and burn up everything I've got. We've only got one more time up.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
5K to go. Let's slow this down for the end. This is the end of the race. It looks like I should retain my 34th, or maybe even better. There's only 40 riders left here in the group. The winner is going to come from this group. We've got a minute on us and the trailing group. Just 2K to go now. I'm going to use up my energy gel. And I've got free reign. That's over the top. This is the final climb. Here we go to the end. The sprint is on. Sprint down the hill. I'm supposed to be sprinting. I told you to sprint. Why did I stop sprinting? I don't know. Cuckard wins. Buoni gets second. Frail is fourth. Chavanel is sixth. Harada 7th. Alfredo grabs just 12th, but that should retain his 6th place. Maurice is 18th, and let's see, I got 21st on the stage, so 34th or better in the overall standings. So let's see what happened. There's the race. Yeah, Buoni second. It's going to hang on just ahead of him. And yes, Buoni is still Cofidis here. Okay, and so Alfredo hangs on for 6th. Maurice is 14th. Bagnis is 28th. And I retained 34th. So no gap to any of the front runners, even though there was only 40 riders left in the group. Apparently they were all amongst the top 40. Which means under 25, so I got 7th. Alright, so 34th overall was bad. When they were hoping for a top 15, but I worked at the front, 27K, so that was excellent. 6th overall was good, so manager's satisfaction is now 92%. I added another 17 points towards level 14. Not an amazing performance by any means. I'm still at 0 points in a super prestige this year. So that's one thing that's hurting. So last year, working as a team leader, I was able to pick up 231 points, which was good for 263rd best rider in the land across all divisions. But this year, it's going to be difficult for me to earn any points riding amongst World Tour riders. I am definitely out of my league as just a 20-year-old right now, so it's going to take a lot of work for me. I definitely think it's going to take at least another level before I start picking up any potential points. I might be able to grab a few points, especially if I have a good time trial. Yeah, I'm in over my head a little bit. But that does it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.